Introduction to Excel 2016. This chapter will focus on electronic spreadsheet, starting Excel 2016, components of Excel window, navigating in the worksheet, creating a new workbook, entering data in a worksheet, performing calculations, working with worksheet, saving a workbook, opening an existing workbook, exiting from Excel 2016. Are you ready, children? In your daily life, you might have noticed a list of items in the tabular form. For example, the shopping bills, the school annual report card, or the cricket match scorecard. A spreadsheet is defined as a sheet that contains data and information arranged in rows and columns. Electronic spreadsheet. An electronic spreadsheet is a computer program that allows you to organize data, perform calculations, and present your data in a table or a graph. In an electronic spreadsheet, you can enter data, do the formatting, calculate, and analyze it. Besides showing user data, spreadsheet packages also provide built-in formulas and functions for common mathematical, financial, statistical, and logical operations. The most powerful feature of a spreadsheet is that it automatically recalculates the result of mathematical formulas if the source data changes. There are various types of spreadsheet software. Some of the examples of spreadsheet software include Microsoft Excel, LibreOffice Calc, Google Sheets, etc. Microsoft Excel. Microsoft Excel is a popular spreadsheet program that allows you to store, organize, calculate, and manipulate the available data. In addition, it provides inbuilt features and tools such as formulas, functions, and data analysis tools that make it easier to work with a large amount of data. Starting Excel 2016. To start Excel 2016, follow these steps. Step 1. Click on the Start button. Step 2. Click on Excel 2016. The program will load and the Excel 2016 Start screen will appear. Step 3. Click on the blank workbook option. A blank workbook named Book 1 appears. A small fact hunt. The first spreadsheet software was VisiCalc, which was released in 1979. These are the components of Excel window. You have a screen spreadsheet, children, and then you have a quick access toolbar, you have a title bar, you have a dialog box launcher. This is called as a ribbon. This is the file tab, name box, active cell, rows, status bar, sheet tab, formula bar, columns, scroll bar, page view buttons. So this is how you see an Excel 2016 window. Workbook and worksheet. When you start Excel, you open a file known as workbook. It is assigned a temporary name as book 1. It is like a notebook that has several pages in it. Each workbook can contain up to 255 worksheets, like pages in a document, as sheet tabs, but by default, it displays only a single worksheet named Sheet 1. Extra worksheets can be added as and when required. A worksheet is a grid-like area of rows and columns where the data is entered and stored. Title bar. It is found at the top of the Excel window. It displays the current workbook's name and the program's name. On the right side of the title bar are minimize, maximize, restore, down, and close buttons. Quick access toolbar. It includes frequently utilized functions such as save, undo, and redo. Ribbon. It appears just beneath the title bar. It comprises of various tabs. Tabs are organized into groups. Groups contain command instructions and buttons. File tab. It can be found at the upper left corner of the ribbon. It contains commands and options for file management, including new, open, save as, print, and close. Status bar. The status bar is located at the bottom of the Excel window. It gives information about the current worksheet. The various parts of the status bar are Zoom control. Zoom control is present at the right side of the status bar. You can zoom in on the workbook by moving the slider to the right and zoom out by moving the slider to the left. Page view buttons. Page view buttons are located towards the left of the zoom control. You may use them to switch among various sheet views. Normal layout. It displays the page in the normal view. It is a default view. Page layout. It displays pages precisely as they appear after printing. It gives a full screen look to the document. Page break preview. It shows a preview of pages with breaks when printed. Sheet tab. It is located on the left side of the Excel window just above the status bar. The Sheets tab shows the number of worksheets in a workbook and the active sheet, currently open worksheet. The names of the default worksheets are Sheet 1, Sheet 2, Sheet 3, etc. To add a worksheet, click on the plus sign on the right of the Sheet tab. Rows, columns, and cells. The rows in a worksheet are numbered from top to bottom. Along the left column of the worksheet, the columns are labeled from left to right with letters. The total number of rows in Excel are 1048576 and the total number of columns are 16384. Columns are represented by the letters A to Z, AA to AZ, DA to BZ, XAA to XFD. The rows are numbered from 1 to 1048576. A cell is the intersection of a row and a column. A cell is identified by an address that consists of the column name followed by the row number. For example, the first cell is A1, which indicates that it lies at the intersection of column A and row 1. Active cell. The currently selected cell, highlighted with a black border, is called an active cell. Anything you type will be entered in the active cell. Range. A group of adjacent cells is defined as a range. The range is referred to by writing the starting address of the cell in the range and ending address of the cell in a range or vice versa. For example, A1 colon A10 can also be referred to as A10 colon A1. Formula bar. The formula bar displays the data or formula used in a selected cell. It is also used for entering or editing the cell contents. Name box. The name box is present to the left of the formula bar. It displays the address of the active cell. Navigating in the worksheet. To enter data in a worksheet, you have to move the cell pointer from one cell to another with the help of several keys. Clicking the up, down, left or right arrow keys will move the active cell in the selected direction, one row or column at a time. You can use the page up key to shift the cursor one page up, and the page down key moves quickly to the bottom of the screen. You can use Ctrl plus Home keys to move the cell pointer to the first cell of the topmost row, that is A1. You can use Ctrl plus End keys to move the cell pointer to the last cell containing text in a worksheet. Creating a new workbook. To create a new workbook, follow these steps. Step 1. Click on the File tab. Step 2. Select the new option. Step 3. The new workbook dialog box appears. Click on the blank workbook option. A new blank workbook will appear in the window. This is how you create a new workbook. Quick tip: Ctrl+N can be used to create a new workbook. Tidbit: there are more than 500 keyboard shortcuts in Excel. Entering data in a worksheet. In Excel, data can be entered in the form of text, numbers, and formulas. By default setting, the text is aligned to the left and the numbers are aligned to the right in a cell. You can type the data directly into the active cell, or you can do it using the formula bar. To enter data into a cell, follow these steps. Step 1. Click on cell A1 and type Mark Statement Class 5. Step 2. Click on cell A2 and type Name. Press the right arrow key. Type English in cell B2, Computer in cell C2, Maths in cell D2, Science in cell E2, Total in cell F2. Step 3. Press the Enter key. Likewise, in Step 2, enter the data in the rest of the cells as shown in the given figure. So we have names Aditya, Banu, Danish, Ekta. And we have the marks of Aditya: English 85, Computer 95, Maths 82, Science 93. Likewise, you enter the data in a worksheet. Performing calculations. You can perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division of numbers either using formulas or using functions. The result of the calculation is displayed in the cell where the formula is entered. To calculate the total marks in cell F3, follow these steps. Step 1. Click on cell F3. Do you find F3, children? Wonderful. Right. Step 2. Click on the Formulas tab. Then click on the Auto Sum button. The sum of values in cells B3 to E3 is calculated and displayed in cell F3. Similarly, you can calculate the total marks of other students. So this is how you perform calculations. You have the Formula tab here and then use the sum and then you will get the total. Working with worksheet. Inserting a worksheet. By default, in Excel 2016, a workbook will be created with only one worksheet called Sheet 1. You can easily add more sheets as you need them. You can view all of the sheet names as tabs at the bottom of the document. To add a new sheet, click on the plus button to the right of the sheet names. It will insert a new sheet to the right of the current sheet. Excel will always name its sheets as Sheet 1, Sheet 2, Sheet 3, etc. A quick tip: to insert a new worksheet, press Shift plus F11. Okay? You want to try it, children? Remember it. Shift plus F11, a new sheet will be added. Okay. Renaming a worksheet. To rename a worksheet, follow the given steps. Step 1. Right-click on the Sheet tab that you want to rename. A pop-up menu will appear. Step 2. Select the Rename option. Type a new name on the sheet and press Enter. Or Step 1. Double-click on the Sheet tab you want to rename. It will be highlighted. Step 2. Enter a new name and press Enter. Your worksheet will be renamed. Removing a worksheet. To remove a worksheet, follow these steps. Step 1. Right-click on the Sheet tab. A pop-up menu appears. Step 2. Select the Delete option. Or Step 1. Click on the Home tab. Step 2. Click on the Delete in the Cells group. Step 3. Select Delete Sheet. This is how you can remove a worksheet. Saving a workbook. To save a workbook, follow these steps. Step 1. Click on the File tab. Step 2. Click on the Save option. Then click on the Browse option. The Save As dialog box appears. Step 3. Browse the location where you want to save your workbook. Step 4. Type the file name for the workbook. Step 5. Click on Save the button. A quick tip: Ctrl plus S is used to save a workbook. Snippet: Excel 16 has .xlsx as the default file extension when you save a new document. Can you repeat it, children? .xlsx is the default file extension when you save a document. Remember it, children, it is very important. Now, opening an existing workbook. To open an existing workbook, follow these steps. Step 1. Click on the File tab. Step 2. Select the Open option. The Open dialog box appears. Step 3. Browse and select your desired workbook, then click on the Open button. A quick tip: Ctrl plus O is used to open an existing workbook. Trivia: You can apply a background to the Excel sheet. Click on the Page Layout tab, Background option in the Page Setup group. Exiting from Excel 2016 or 2016. To close an Excel document, follow these steps. Step 1. Click on the File tab. Step 2. Click on the Close option to close the current document. Step 3. Click on the Close button. You find an into mark or X shape at the top right corner of the window. So you just have to click on it to exit from Excel 2016. Quick tip: To close the current document, you can always press Ctrl plus W. Chapter Recap: An electronic spreadsheet is a computer program that allows you to organize data, perform calculations, and present your data in a table or graph. Clicking the up, down, left, or right arrow keys will move the active cell in the selected direction one row or column at a time. In Excel, data can be entered in the form of text, numbers, and formulas. The name box is used to show the address of the current selection or the active cell. The result of the calculation is displayed in the cell where the formula is entered. To add a new sheet, click on the plus button to the right of the sheet names. Microsoft Excel has .xlsx as the default file extension when you save a new document. By default, workbooks are named as Book 1, Book 2, and so on. By default, worksheets are named as Sheet 1, Sheet 2, and so on.